The last planet. The last secret. And maybe the last chance for humanity. Nix 7. A dead world, orbiting a dying star at the farthest edge of the Andromeda expanse. For centuries, it remained untouched, dismissed as a barren wasteland. But then, the impossible happened. Long-range scans detected structures. Artificial, ancient, and pulsing with an unknown energy signature. Commander Elias Voss had been sent to investigate. His ship, the Astraeus, was the first to set foot on Nix 7. The mission was clear. Explore, recover, return. But the moment they entered orbit, Elias knew something was wrong. The ship trembled as it pierced the atmosphere. Storms raged across the surface, and lightning cracked through thick black clouds. The land below stretched endlessly in jagged peaks and deep, unnatural canyons. "This place shouldn't exist," murmured Dr. Mira Solis, the ship's lead scientist. "It was supposed to be lifeless, but these readings, there's something moving." Elias glanced at the console. The energy signatures were erratic, shifting in ways that defied physics. Something was waiting for them. "Prepare for landing," he ordered. "We're going in." The Astraeus touched down on a rocky plateau, its floodlights cutting through the swirling dust. The crew disembarked, stepping onto the blackened stone. The ground beneath them vibrated with a faint hum, as if the planet itself was alive. Then they saw it. A massive structure, half buried in the rock, loomed ahead. A monolithic tower, its surface covered in glowing symbols of an unknown language. It looked ancient, but untouched by time. Elias stepped forward, his visor scanning the markings. The moment his fingers brushed the cold surface, something spoke. "You should not be here." The whisper echoed in his mind, not in any known language. Yet he understood it. He stumbled back, heart pounding. Did anyone else hear that? Silence. His team exchanged confused glances. "Captain?" Lieutenant Orion Kane, the security officer, stepped forward. "You okay?" Elias exhaled sharply. "Yeah, let's keep moving." They entered the structure through a vast archway. Inside, the air shimmered with an unnatural glow. The walls pulsed, as if alive, and the symbols began shifting, rearranging into something readable. Then, from the shadows, it emerged. A towering figure, humanoid yet inhuman, its body clad in metallic armor that pulsed with eerie blue light. It had no eyes, yet Elias felt it watching him. "You have come far. Too far." The voice was layered, ancient, as if spoken by many voices at once. Elias raised his weapon, but the figure did not move. Instead, it lifted a hand. The symbols on the walls changed, forming a story, a warning. Nix 7 was not a planet. It was a prison, the last remnant of an ancient war. A cosmic force so powerful, so destructive, that it had to be sealed away at the edge of the universe. And now, by setting foot here, they had begun to break the seal. A deep tremor rumbled beneath their feet. The lights on the walls flickered. Something was waking up. Elias turned to his crew. "We need to leave. Now." But it was too late. From deep below, the ground split open. A black abyss yawned wide, and from its depths, a presence rose. A massive shifting form pulsing with an energy so dark it devoured the light around it. It was not alive. It was not dead. It was hunger. A tendril of shadow lashed out, striking Lieutenant Kane. He screamed as his body disintegrated, collapsing into dust before their eyes. "Run!" Elias shouted. The crew sprinted back toward the ship, the entity surging behind them, its tendrils tearing through the ancient ruins like paper. It was awake, and it wanted out. They reached the Astraeus, barely making it inside as the ship's AI blared an emergency warning. "Unknown force detected. Recommend immediate departure." "Launch!" Elias roared. The ship's thrusters ignited, lifting them off the ground as the horror below reached for them. As they ascended, the ground beneath them collapsed. The ruins, the symbols, the tower, all swallowed into the abyss. But it wasn't over. The black mass rose, towering into the sky, its form shifting, growing, breaking free. Dr. Solis gasped, staring at the monitors. "Elias, it's not just here." He turned to the screen. The energy signature was spreading. Nix 7 was never a prison. It was a door, and they had just opened it. As the ship fled into space, Elias looked back at the dying planet. The last planet's secret was out, and the universe would never be the same.